Yeah, I like Tennessee minus 10.5 against South Carolina. Now, if you remember, one of the themes in the show is fading IU. John Hayes last week did it for me. I didn't have to make the pick. We're 3-0. We bet against Indiana this year. We haven't gotten a ton right in this show, but that's one thing. And one of the other things I got right in this show is I bet against South Carolina when they hosted Kentucky. So I'm going back to that well. It's not as strong a feeling as it is fading IU, but I like this Tennessee team. Now, granted, and you make fun of a little bit of how I go to the SEC. I did go to, well, technically I went to a Big 12 school in Missouri that now plays in the SEC, but that's another story.
Yeah.
And so I'm familiar with the league, and I'm familiar with this Tennessee team because they handed my Missouri Tigers one of the most embarrassing losses since I was a student. Tennessee could have scored 100 if they really needed to. It was awful. So I actually am impressed. I know Missouri's defense is very bad. Trust me, I'm aware. But Tennessee, their offense is kind of flying under the radar because this team, they lost to Pitt early. They had a couple non-conference wins no one cares about. And you know what? They've been putting up some numbers on offense. And here's a bit of a factoid for you, Beller. They put up 423 yards against Florida. Alabama didn't put up 423 yards against Florida. That's the most total yards Florida's given up this year is this Tennessee offense. And that was a game they only scored 14 points. They had a missed field goal. They're chasing points late where they're going for it on the 30 and the 10, so the yards aren't turned into points. But they were moving the ball. And they've put up numbers on pretty much everybody. So I really like this Tennessee offense, and I think South Carolina's offense can't compete on that level. I don't think they can keep up in a shootout. So, yeah, I like Tennessee to cover what's a pretty big number for a team that 2-3 weeks ago people were pretty down on in Tennessee.